Hello and welcome back to another edition of Messages from the Kettle with Spirit and the Gemstar. Keep in mind that these are totally complete general readings. They have no time frame. So when you hear them, that's when you need to hear them. We will do 7 kettles, Spirit's 7 kettles. Each one has a different situation, a different story. Choose your kettle from 1 through 7. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, and giving us your feedback. This is, once again, Messages from the Kettle, totally general readings. They have no time frame, so whenever you listen to them, that's when the message needs to be heard. Choose your kettles 1 through 7, and let's begin. Let's see what's percolating in kettle number 1. K1, let's see what's your story, K1. What is going on in kettle number 1? If you've chosen kettle number 1, in this story we see someone who is disheartened. Now, the reason they're disheartened is because they need to watch the other live their life and move on without them. So here we have an observer watching someone else from the sidelines, watching the other one on social media or around the neighborhood, but they are just observers of the other one's life. Now, one person is transcending their obstacles, they're learning from their experiences, they're growing, expanding, and they're starting new phases in their life. They're even getting prepared for new connections, new relationships, unions. So, someone is feeling left out of someone else's life in kettle number 1, but it's because they treated the other one badly. Okay, so someone here treated someone really badly when they were in their life, and now because they're no longer in their life, because they treated the other one badly, they have to watch the other person move on with their life without them. And this is discouraging them, it's heartbreaking for them. At times, they've even felt ill, they can't sleep, they feel like they've hit a run of bad luck. Some of them are going through depression and personal lows in their life, and they can't talk to the other one about this because the other one no longer wants to hear from them or wants to deal with them because they already in a new life doing their own thing. But this person that's feeling badly for treating someone poorly is realizing that that person didn't deserve how they treated them. And now they want to make amends. So they may offer you a peace offering, a gift, or they may message you or pop up and visit you and present you with a gift. But because they're hitting a rock bottom, a personal low, maybe even some depression because they're watching you move on without them. Now they're feeling they're feeling the pain that they've inflicted on the other one. Now, the one that's feeling bad, kettle number 1, the one that's feeling bad and is observing the other one from the sidelines is going to reach out. And when they do, they're going to message you or invite you out, even offer you gifts as a peace offering as an apology. They may use the excuse that they've been invited to some party or to some event or something is going on where they want to take you along or they feel like you'll be interested. This is like if they have extra tickets to something and they reach out to you and offer you this extra ticket or an invitation to go with them. It's because they've been missing you. They've been going through things in their life and they don't have you to talk to. They don't have you there. And that's what's going on in kettle number one. The person that has moved on, though, the person that has moved on is like, look, I realized that it was the best thing that could have happened to me. At the moment, I was heartbroken because you put me in a third party or because you treated me unfairly and poorly, disrespected me, betrayed me, or mistreated me. You were being toxic. You were toxic in my life. And at the moment, I had some love for you. So I took this on, but I learned my lessons. I learned that I'm better off without you and that things are going pretty good. You know, you have managed, the person who's moving on has managed to fulfill some goals, some dreams. They got things going on in their life. They've made new friends, new alliances, and even a new partner, or they're getting ready to meet someone new. So when this person who feels left out reaches out to the one that's moved on, they're like, no, I've moved on. It was the best thing that could have happened to me. You were toxic. You had me in some competition, okay? And you were always arguing with me and fighting with me and making me feel horrible. And I've been better off ever since I've moved on. I've made new friends, I've made new alliances, I made a new life, and I even have a new relationship. So this person in Kettle One is going to continue to be an observer, to watch from the sidelines as someone that was once in their life that they cared about moves on. And it's all their own fault because they didn't value the person and didn't treat the person right when the person was in their life and now the person is gone. And they just want to come back and I'm sorry. But that's because they're not in a good emotional space. They're not in a good emotional place. And the other person is like, no, sorry. I've moved on. And it's actually been the best thing for me. At the moment, I didn't see the good, the silver lining, but I've learned my lesson and I see the silver lining finally. I'm not going back. I'm sorry. Let's see what's going on in kettle number two. If you've chosen kettle number two, what's percolating in that kettle? K2, what is going on in K2? Okay, so somebody has really screwed things up and doesn't know how to fix the problem. Okay, so in kettle number two, someone got caught out there. Someone got caught out there and left the other one chasing them down. And now they're saying, yes, I ran away from you because I fear intimacy. I fear strong connections. I fear being abandoned. So I leave relationships before this person. Kettle number two, in the story in kettle number two, there's somebody here that they leave people, they break up with people before the person can break up with them. because they don't want to feel like they're the ones that are being abandoned, or they're the ones that have to do the chasing. And they know they screwed up. They know that they have the habit of doing this, of needing the control. And they feel like if they give their heart in a relationship, then they become susceptible to being abandoned or being dumped. And before you can dump them, they dump you. That's what happened. Kettle number two. Okay, so this person was paranoid. Kettle number two. They were really worried that you were going to dump them, or this wasn't going to work out. And before you can leave them, they left you and jumped into something else. So the other person is like, well, I'm confused. I'm confused. If you're leaving me because you're afraid I'm leaving you, then why are you running to someone else? Then why not stay with me? You're running to someone else. So you obviously don't want to be by yourself, and you weren't by yourself. You were with me. So I'm totally confused. The other person is surprised, flabbergasted, and confused by by this action that someone else has taken. Kettle number two. And the person is like, yeah, I know it makes no sense. I really screwed it up. I was worried you was gonna leave me, so I left you for somebody who was offering to be there for me without no real proof that you were ever gonna leave me. It was something that they just thought of, and then they fed into that thought. They became paranoid. They became suspicious and doubtful. And they were like, well, I got a feeling this person is going to leave me. So before they leave me, I'm going to get somebody else and run to them, and then leave this person who I feel like it's going to leave me, even though I don't have no evidence or proof that they even want to leave me. Oh my goodness. So they realized they really screwed up. They ain't making no sense to themselves. They're like, yeah, I know I made a mistake. I know I made a mistake. And I allowed myself to get tempted while they were with the other person, and they were thinking this thought that the other person was going to leave them. When another person came in, the third party came in and made the offer, like, oh, well, if they're going to leave you, I'll take you. I'll be there. I'll be your boyfriend. I'll be your girlfriend. I'll be there for you. Someone offered themselves and tempted the other person away. But that was only because they weren't secure and confident in the relationship that they had. Oh, brother. And they're like, yeah, I still like you. I still think about you. And I still want to go out with you. Now, after they realize what the hot mess that they've made, they're like, no, I still like you. I want to be with you. I didn't want to leave you. I just thought you were going to leave me. And this person offered me a relationship, and I ran to them. Oh my God. Kettle two. Mamma mia. Ay, bafango. Okay. Let's see what's going on in kettle number three. Give me something good. What you percolating? What you working with, kettle number three? Okay. Kettle number three. Who you vicious? Someone says, I am made to feel worthless and incompetent in this relationship. So someone feels in relationships, they're a hot mess, okay? They fear relationships because they feel too damaged to be in a connection. They got too many issues, right? They have too many issues, too many hangups, kettle number 3, and they're afraid to get into connections because they feel like they won't fulfill other people's expectations because they feel inadequate. So, kettle number 3, they lack in self love. They don't even believe in themselves. They don't believe that they're good in relationships, that they're any good for other people, because at times they feel worthless and incompetent in relationships. And that's what makes them move on. So they have issues that they carry with them from their youth, from all their previous connections. And they're like, look, history just repeats itself. Or, I've just resigned to this in my life. Like, this is the way it is for me. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, when it comes to money, business, success, they do well for themselves. But in love, they hold on to all this past baggage that they went through in previous relationships. They never seem to close past cycles. So they drag their past baggage into their present relationships, their present connections. And it fills them with fear to be in a relationship because they feel like their relationship is doomed, or they doomed their connections. They sabotage their relationships, but they know it because they hold on to the past. They never close cycles. They're always looking backwards and comparing their present and current relationships to their previous connections, and then just expect the worst. And that creates a lot of obstacles. Yeah, it creates a lot of obstacles in love. They block themselves out of the game of love. Yeah, because one person wants to give the love, wants to be in the relationship, is fond of the other person. So one person is mature when it comes to love. They love unconditionally. But the other person is like, no, I can't trust myself. I can't trust myself when it comes to love. I'm very pessimistic. I'm pessimistic in my relationships. I'm negative when it comes to my relationships. Positive when it comes to business and making money. But in love, I'm not a believer. And I believe my relationships are only temporary. They're only temporary. So I don't invest in them. Oh my goodness. But then they break up with the person just to think about them, just to carry with them through their whole life. You'll be another memory that they'll carry into their next relationship. Kettle number 4. If you've chosen kettle number 4, let's see what's percolating in this kettle. What's going on? Ooh, someone is full of a lot of resentment. Okay? In kettle number 4, someone is real bitter. Someone is scorned here. Someone is bitter. Someone feels offended. And they feel like, if I would have known what I know now about you, I would have made different choices in my life, in this relationship. I would have never have gotten with you. I've never would have spoken with you, replied to that request. But There is a lot of lessons learned that will not be repeated in the next relationship. Someone got burned really bad by the kettle's handle in kettle number 4. And it's like, whoo, if I would have known the hot mess you were before I got involved with you, I would have never have gotten involved with you. You have offended me. You have embarrassed me. You have talked about me to your friends and your family. I mean, you are not who I thought you were. My goodness. This person could have had problems. This person, one problem could have been that they couldn't keep a job. So the other person had to support them financially or got into some financial debt for getting involved with this person. The second situation, the second hot mess, the second lesson learned here is that this person is a gossip. When they get into relationships, the whole neighborhood knows, the family, the friends, the co-workers, they gossip about their relationships. They get other people involved in their relationships and they talk bad about their partners to other people. Okay, so other people could feel sorry for them. So other people could see them as an option, as a future opportunity. Okay, or to let everybody know that things aren't going well and they'll be single real soon. They want to come off as single or people taking pity on them. Okay, so some of them have financial problems, could have caused you financial problems when you got involved with them, or talked about you, got their family and friends involved in the relationship, and you had to defend yourself. They were deceitful, dishonest. Oh, yeah, this person was bad news. Bad news. All that glitters isn't gold, right? You learned that lesson. And now you're bitter. Yeah, the other person is bitter. They're resentful. Okay? I mean, if you were on fire, this person is looking at the other person like, if you were on fire, I wouldn't even spit on you. Okay? You were a liar. You betrayed me. You talked about me. Okay? You caused me financial problems, financial debt. You got involved with other people, third parties. And on top of cheating on me, every time you would get with me, you would be really disgusting towards me, real negative towards me, acting depressed around me. But every time you leave my side, you having a good, jolly old time with your friends, your co-workers, your family, strangers in the street. You treat strangers in the street better than you treat me. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's why this person is full of hate. So one person in kettle number 4 is really full of resentment and hate and bitterness towards another person, but that's because the other person screwed them over really bad. Talked about them, gossiped about them, cheated on them, embarrassed them, offended them, deceived them. They're like, if I would have known all of this before I got involved with you, I could have saved myself. But I will never get myself into that situation again. Yeah. Kettle number 5. Let's see what's going on. If you've chosen kettle number 5, what's percolating? Let's take a sip from kettle number 5. Kettle number 5. The story percolating here is someone was really, really confused. Someone was confused, bewildered, puzzled. And now that the light has hit them, okay? Now that the light bulb has gone off in their head, they want to seek forgiveness. They hope that the other person could forgive them. They've been thinking about them. They've been thinking about how they've messed up. Kettle number 5. So one person is thinking about the other person. They're thinking about what they did to them. They're thinking about the things that went down in the relationship. They're going through the old photos, remembering the other person, feeling nostalgic, and they were confused at the time. They didn't know what they wanted, but now they know what they want. Now they know what they want, kettle number 5. Now they know what they want. And let's see what they're going to do. They know what they want. At this time, now they're single. Now they're single. And a little jealousy is creeping up on them because they think the other person is already involved or moved on. So this person knows that they messed up, that they made the wrong choice at the time when they had to make a decision about where this relationship was going. And now, after some time, after thinking things over and looking over the past and looking at what they did, taking their part, the responsibility, what they did, the light bulb has gone off, and now they want to come back. But what if the other person is already moved on? That's what they're thinking about. This person is already probably with somebody else. And if I go over there seeking reconciliation or making a peace offering and somebody else is there, I'm going to feel real jealous. Real jealous. But they're coming. So kettle number 5, someone who stepped away because they didn't know what they wanted at the time is coming back, is going to the other person, is going to travel. They're gonna gather themselves, get their cojones together, and they're going to see if the other person is going to respond. They're going to open the door. They're going to answer them. But they're scared, they're worried, and they're not prepared, and they're trying to prepare themselves, but they're not doing a good job because they know they're going to feel some type of way if the door is answered and the person has already moved on. They're in a new relationship. So instead of this person calling or messaging or finding out first if the person is already in a new connection, they're just going to take a chance. They're just going to knock on the door and say, well, hello, I'm here. But when they see another person, they're going to be like, oh my God. Now all hell could break loose right then and there. Or they'll walk away, but they're going to try to get in the picture, back into the picture one way or another. They're going to tempt the other person and tempt the other person because they're feeling bad. They know they made the wrong decision. And now they want this, and the other person maybe moved on. If the other person hasn't moved on yet, then there's a chance here for this person who feels bad and who wants to make wrongs. Okay, they want to right the wrongs. But if the other person has already moved on, then this person is still not going to give up. They're going to try to drive a wedge. No, no, no. They need to move on, kettle number 5. Kettle number 6. Let's see what's going on in kettle number 6. Kettle number 6, right now they're not even interested in a relationship. They're not interested in relationships. At this time, they're so overwhelmed with all the responsibilities and the priorities in their life that the last thing they're thinking about is exes or new relationships. This person says, I have too much going on. I'm already swamped. I'm already burdened. And even if this person has been in my dreams lately, I pause and think it over before even attempting to reach out to this person again. So, kettle number 6, someone is done and over with a relationship and a connection. They're more focused on new beginnings, changing, liberating themselves from the burdens that they already have, and they don't want to add on a relationship, a connection, or going back to an ex. They may think about someone, they may think about someone that they separated with or with an ex, but they stop themselves from going back or even getting involved in a new connection right now. What they're trying to do is eliminate some of the stuff they already have going on in their life. And then later on, sometime in the future, they'll think about relationships and connections. Yep. Two of Cups reverse. They're not thinking about connections right now. They're feeling overwhelmed and burdened. They're definitely, kettle number 6, not thinking about an ex. No exes for them, definitely. Maybe a new lover, but later on, not right now, but they are focused on a new lover. Because at the current time, kettle number 6, one person feels like the exes and the recent connections that they've had are with unreliable people or emotionally unavailable people. So they're like, no, I'm not going to focus on relationships right now. Exes, relationships, current relationship, or past relationship, because I have a lot on my plate. And I need to deal with certain things and issues before I can even think about a relationship. The last relationship didn't end so well, so they're taking a hiatus from love and a relationship. Kettle number 6 says, no, love is on a timeout. I'm on a hiatus from love. I may think about it from time to time, even get nostalgic and think about someone from the past, but I ain't taking no action towards it. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Kettle number 7, let's see what's going on with kettle number 7. Kettle number 7 is closing themselves to love. Why? Okay, so kettle number 7 has blocked someone. So kettle number 7 is blocking someone because they should have been more honest. Okay, somebody got caught in their lies, in their deceit, and the other person says, you should have been more honest. Now I don't want to talk to you. My heart is closed to you. I'm feeling really rebellious right now. And if you try to speak to me, if you try to communicate with me, I will become very defensive because I was giving you unconditional love. We had a good thing going, and you lied to me. You lied to me, and I don't want to let you back into my heart right now. Yeah, I'm not feeling really trusting. I divorce you, I leave you, I block you. Yeah, I'm blocking you. You're not getting any response from me, any action from me, any passion from me. Even if we're living together, I'm in one corner of the house and you stay in your corner. I stay in my corner, you stay in your corner. You stay in your room and I stay in my room. So right now, someone is being really defensive and the other person is still love bombing. Yeah. One person really wants this relationship. They're not going to give it up. They're not going to give it up. Kettle number 7, no, no, they want commitment. They want marriage. They want this relationship. They want this marriage. And the other person says, no, you deceived me. You lied to me. I don't care how much you say you love me. I don't care how much you say you want me. I'm not talking to you right now. So, kettle number 7, right now you're in separation or blocked or frozen out of this person's heart, their life, their space, but we don't see a breakup, okay? We may not be talking to each other. We may not be open to each other. We may not be communicating, but someone is trying to show affection, trying to show passion, attraction. Someone is trying to show unconditional love after lying, after messing up, after getting caught out there in a lie. Now they want to love bomb the person, and the person says, "No, don't try that with me. Don't try to love bomb me. Don't try to buy me. No, I'm not talking to you right now. It's unacceptable. I know you were dishonest, you were deceitful, and I trusted you. That's why this person doesn't want to speak. This person trusted you, betrayed their trust. One person betrayed the other person's trust, and because the trust is broken, no matter how many gifts, how many love bombs, how many shows of affection is being shown right now, the other person will not let you into their heart. They're like, no, I trusted you, and I find out you juggling, you talking to other people, okay? Or you're not really invested. You're having love affairs with others and you're claiming to love me. You claiming to love me while cheating on me. And you want me to just forget about it and take you back. And I'm real disappointed. Real disappointed. And right now, you are blocked out of the game of love with me. You can go ahead and entertain your chicken heads, your mistresses, your lovers, okay? You can go have fun now with them. Go be with them. I'm not an option anymore. I'm closed off to you. I'm resistant. I'm resistant to your love bombing, okay? Oh, Kettle number 7 is like you can keep the love. You can keep the love and go give it to wherever you were giving it to. Don't try to come give it to me. I don't want it now. I don't want it now. And I'm feeling real rebellious and real defensive. So don't approach me because I'm not going to have anything nice to say. Stay away from me. Thank you once again for joining me for messages from the kettle. Totally, completely general readings, any one story, no time frame. Whenever you hear the message, that's when you need to hear it. Choose your kettles 1 through 7. Thank you for supporting our channel by liking, subscribing, sharing. And until we sip tea again, be well, stay blessed. Namaste. Yeah?